Hey everybody, and welcome back to Storytime with JRP. We're continuing our book, Laurence Grey, Secret of the Lost Roanoke Colony, and we're currently in chapter 36. So if you're just joining us, head back to chapter 1 so you don't miss any crucial details. So, a brief recap of chapter 35, Laurence Grey returns from the year 1673 back to modern times and hands Sheldon a report of what happened. Obviously, he doesn't want to tell Sheldon precisely what happened since it involves Sheldon himself, so we have to wonder what it's going to be on the report. Grey also discovers that Jason and Jack are now in the same location as Grey because Sheldon claims to need leverage. What does he mean by that? Well, let's find out in chapter 36 titled The Arizona Crater. Inside the closed doors of the conference room, Laurence Grey continued his talk with General Sheldon. Grey narrowed his eyes in response to a rather shady comment Sheldon made earlier. What do you mean, leverage? Then it hit Grey what Sheldon was implying. Oh no, General. You wouldn't. Not my son. A beefy hand from Sheldon cut him off. Of course I mean it. I want to see results now, Grey. We've sent you everywhere in time and space, and you're no closer to finding the Roanoke Colony. You're trying my patience. If this preposterous clue you wrote down leads to a dead end, so will one of your companions, if so help me. Sheldon walked to a conference room. Grey, completely shell-shocked by the turn of events, did not reveal his surprise to Sheldon. So, I take it you deciphered the clue, General? Sheldon nodded. Yes, and I bet you did too. Pack your bags. We're taking a trip to the Arizona Crater. Quick packing and 8 hours of airtime later, Grey, Jack, Jason, Sheldon, and other agents arrived at the Arizona Crater. It was dusk by this point, so the public viewing station was closed. Of course, that wouldn't stop Sheldon, who pulled out a search warrant to show the head security guard. Along with Grey and his companions and Sheldon, Agent Keeler was also in attendance. Even General Farragut joined the group, the guy who initially arrested Grey for breaking into the Area 51 website. Sheldon turned to his group when they reached a gate, which gave them access to the crater itself. Okay, men, we're going to do this rock climbing style. Get out those ropes you brought. I want to search every inch of this crater until you find the next clue. General Farragut, you take Jenkins, Peterson, and Caffrey with you. I'll take the civilians and the FBI agent Keeler. Move out! Grey smiled. He was the only one who knew this trip would turn out fruitless. Around 12 midnight, Grey's prediction came true. Everyone was exhausted, especially since a lot less ground could be covered with only flashlights. Grey wondered if this would end Sheldon's search for good. And that's it for chapter 36, guys. What's going to happen next? Will they actually find a clue in an Arizona crater? And if not, what is Sheldon going to react? Well, you have to find out in next week's chapter, guys. All right? Why do I keep saying next week? I mean tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, guys. All right? I'll see you then.